Let's talk about the NFC South.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan, and on today's clip, we are going to predict the NFC South. Now, this is just going to be a 5 to 10 minute clip. If you'd like a discussion of every single team, breaking down like the green flags, red flags, favorite moves, least favorite moves, down below in the description below, I will have a podcast link for the NFC South preview podcast where me and my brother, who's a Buccaneers fan, we break down the entire division talking about those very topics. Today, I'm just going to tell you how I think the division's going to end, how it's going to, when we look at the end of the year, how it's going to be, who's finishing first, second, third, and fourth. So let's get into doing that. And for me, number one, I'm going to go with the obvious pick, the New Orleans Saints. I don't think this division is very strong, but he is the best quarterback right now in the division. That defense is stout. I'm really nervous because I do not trust Dennis Allen. His record is like 15-38 or 15-36 through his career. He's not a very good head coach. It doesn't seem like anyway, but I just think they have the most talent with the quarterback that matters in this division because the other quarterbacks are completely unknowns or we kind of already know with one of them. So I think that's going to be in the Saints' benefits. Again, stout defense, best quarterback in the division, Olave, Michael Thomas, and they brought Jimmy Graham back. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like a good comeback story? Okay, so I have the Saints finishing first. I'm going to go 10-7. I think that's what I said. I'm kind of leaning towards like 9-8. I just don't think this division is going to be very tough, but I'm going to go 10-7. Yeah, that's where I'm going to lay. Number 2, finishing second in this division, I have the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not confident in this prediction. I have them finishing 8-9. I'm not confident in Ritter. That's why. And that's why I'm not confident in this prediction. I love their running backs. I don't know why they drafted Bijan Robinson. I get why he's a special talent, and I'm sure people are going to throw it in my face, but it's the same reason why I didn't understand why they drafted Kyle Pitts. There's some positions in the NFL that you don't draft in the first round. I'm sorry. That's just the way the NFL works. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be a Hall of Famer, but I don't know how he contributed to winning. And he hasn't yet to the fullest extent of his ability. I think he'll get there, but he didn't. It takes a little bit for tight ends, and running backs are a dime a dozen. I love Tyler Algier. I don't know why they needed to go get Robinson when they have so many other holes in their team. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if this offense runs the ball like 45 times and only passes 20. And that's how they kind of win games. I think their defense will be a little bit better. I like the Jesse Bates signing, so I think that they're going to be a little bit better this year. And I think the offense is going to be good as long as Ritter can move the ball up and down the field. But he's a huge question mark. Drake London, I actually like him as a wide receiver. Ritter has weapons to work with. So we'll see what happens. But I right now have the Falcons finishing 8-9, second in this division. This might also come as a surprise, but I am going to pick the Bucs to finish third in this division. The Bucs I'm going to have finish 7-10. Now the Buccaneers lost Tom Brady. That was a big loss, kind of, but he wasn't Tom Brady last year. If you actually go look at the Bucs roster, and was like one of the benefits of doing like these division previews, they have a ton of talent on their roster. They have Levante David, they have White, they have Vita, they have Shaq Barrett, they have Dean, they got Neal, they got Antoine Winfield Jr. On the offense, they got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So they have a lot of talent. The problem is I don't trust their coach. I don't trust Baker Mayfield. If they can somehow establish a good run game, play action, take a lot of pressure off Baker and play really good defense, I could see this team kind of sneaking towards like playoff contention. I don't think they'll get there, but I have 7-10. I just think like we might be overblowing the loss of Tom Brady a little bit and like how he couldn't move. He didn't want to get hit. And this team might surprise us. But I'm not gonna go all the way in. If you're a Buccaneers fan, tell me why I'm wrong. My brother already did in our podcast down below. He was a little annoyed with all the hate going the Bucs way, but he's not wrong because it is still a very talented team. Again, you don't believe me? Go look at their depth chart. Finally, I have the Panthers finishing last in this division. I have them finishing 6-11. With the Panthers, I love what they did to go up and get their guy. I love that they got Bryce Young. Smart move. I'm not a big fan of the head coach, Frank Reich. What did he do in Indianapolis? I really wish they would have kept with Steve Wilkes. I love some of the weapons they brought in, but their offensive line is not looking good. It seems like a complete pile of trash. Just put it nicely. Is that a nice way of saying it? I shouldn't say that. It just doesn't look very good. It doesn't look good at all. So if the Panthers can't protect Bryce Young, who's already kind of undersized. He's 5'10". He's not very heavy. I'm a little worried about his durability getting hit by 300-pound men often. And if, he gets hurt, that would stink. And again, Frank Reich, I'm not a big fan of. So I have them finishing 6-11. So that is my prediction for the NFC South. Just once again, Saints number 1. Number 2, I have the Atlanta Falcons. 3, Buccaneers. 4th, I have the Carolina Panthers. So if you stuck around this long, let me know in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win the NFC South? And not only who do you think is going to win, but why? Why do you think they're going to win? Or who do you have going in the playoffs as well? Do you have another team sneaking in the playoffs other than the Saints? I only have the Saints getting in the playoffs in this division. So that's where we're at with this division right now. Thanks so much for listening. Subscribe to the channel and like the video and share it with others. We'll talk to you guys soon.